Welcome to this video blog around business cooperation in the digital economy and connected world. We hope you enjoy it. We spoke in a previous episode of this series around business cooperation, understanding business cooperation, that you need to have a strategy for the different corporations you have in your ecosystem. Because one, it's good to understand who is doing what, and two, it's good to be able to describe to your customers and market what is it, how is your ecosystem built, and who is bringing what to the market. And one could ask you, why bother? I just cooperate with companies and that's it. But as we also said, it's a question of, it's always introducing a risk if you're cooperating with another company, because you need to be able to know that they will deliver, because maybe you put out your neck in front of the customer and say that someone will be able to do things. You, together with someone else, will be able to do things, and then you need to know that they will deliver that, otherwise you will get into trouble. So it is a question of understanding what are the different risks in a business relationship, and that's why it's good to look through and maybe structure your corporations. So we said that then that in addition to what you're probably already doing, you source technology into a product or into a service, but you market that under your brand name, and you have agreements with the supplier. What happens if they should fulfill the product spec? What happens if they don't? What happens if they don't deliver on time? And what happens then? And also, how long should they support this product? And how do you make sure that where there is a new version, that it's being tested and approved before it's being start shipped? So that is quite a heavy setup for a agreement between two companies. So that is the traditional one. But then, of course, if you say I'm reselling, do you really need to do all this for the reselling? Because I guess what you are doing is that you're saying I will disclose who is my partner in this. So since you're still reselling, you still need to know what about product spec, what about delivery, what about how long it will be supported, and you also need to understand how do you handle the marketing material, because it's their brand name involved as well as your, and you need to be able to handle that. So it's a little more things you need to think about in that cooperation situation. Then, of course, if you go to marketing, you will maybe take a little step backwards, because what you are going to do is to say that, okay, we will make sure that our products together form a solution, that it will work and it's tested and so on, and you have some joint marketing efforts. However, you have decided that each should go separately to the company, to the market, and to sell it. So you probably don't need to sort out what happens if non-delivery and so on. But again, you need to be able to trust that this company will perform and not make it a mess, because that will hit back on you. So you need to monitor, but you cannot really support it. And then, of course, you have technology marketing, which means that instead of you're just making sure you meet, test, and understand that this will work, and you also communicate it. So that's why you need to have some setup for that. And having this, it's always a good thing to take an outside in look, because as from the market, from your customer point of view, it could be good to understand what is your ecosystem, and you should be able to describe it. What does this and this company do? And also so that it makes sense in the terms of the value that is brought by you and your ecosystem. So you need to look through these different business relationships. You need to be able to sort out what are the risks that needs to be managed, and how should you manage it between you, and also the revenue that gain that is created, how do you share that, and also, so you need to do this, and maybe you can do this with some assistance, and of course there is always there are companies that can help you in sorting this out in terms of what are the different business relationships and how do you apply them towards different situations. Hope you enjoyed this video blog. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to contact us at contact@handsonbusinesscorporation.com. Thank you.